qualified.
2013 Coeur d'Alene Diamond Cup Heat 1B, presented by Bardall Corporation. On the inside, 37 Beacon Plumbing J. Michael Kelly. On the outside of the 2013 Gold Cup champion, the 95 Spirit of Qatar.
Red, white, and green, oh boy, Oberto. Flying the colors of the flag of Italy and the Oberto family. Out of Seattle, longtime sponsors of this and other race teams. Fourth boat coming out of the water now, out of the pit area, so we have all four boats on the water. And the boat that came out with the 37 was the 95.
And the defending national champion, U1 oh boy Oberto, Steve David.
Our host for the Qatar. Next time we go back will be in November of 2014 for the Oryx Cup UIM World Championship. Sponsored by an entire country and a beautiful one, 95. Down into turn one with Steve David right behind him and the one oh boy Oberto.
And the 22, Darrell Strong presents Payne West Insurance with Mike Webster.
And started over again. So keep an eye on these orange boat, J. Michael Kelly. He likes to have the inside lane. He will park it there very, very early and move slowly around to that steering wheel. He's going to come through the infield now, which is legal, and Steve David's going to come right with him. Steve David and the oh boy Oberto right on the hip with J. Michael Kelly as those two come through the infield. Now Kelly with 2 minutes and 45 seconds before the start will probably try to kill 1 minute and 40 seconds, which is the time he has to go before he can enter the backstretch. And Steve David looks like he has designs on lane 2. Kip Brown is going to come up behind him. About all that's left for him is lane 3 at this point. He's going to go by at speed. And cut in front of them into the infield. So a lot of dicing going on here. J. Michael Kelly in the 37 in lane 1 has 1 minute and 10 seconds before he can enter the backstretch. So it'll be critical to him to keep that boat moving very, very slowly. Steve David going just a little bit faster right behind him. Now the second part of that, which we'll need to be ready for, when Kelly gets onto the backstretch in the 37, Steve David has a lot of horsepower, tremendous acceleration. If he can go by Kelly and establish a 5-boat overlap, he can move over to the left and take away that lane. J. Michael Kelly will be hoping he can accelerate enough to keep Steve David from coming over and taking his lane. Mike Webster coming up the front street now in 22. Payne West Insurance. 26 seconds now before the score of Boyd can be crossed. Kip Brown is going to start on the outside going fast. He's coming by us now. He's not going to go up here and miss with the trollers. Now, Kelly picking it up with 11 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, and it looked like a legal score-up. It looked like those boats were legal. They got onto the backstretch just as the clock ticked down to 0-0. Kelly accelerating better than that boat used to, and Steve David cannot come over and take his lane. In races past, we would have seen the Oberto with a 5-boat overlap on J. Michael Kelly and come over and take his lane. The 37 is accelerating better, and that's a good sign of it right there. That bodes very well for J. Michael Kelly. 3 of the boats are up there in that cluster. Kip Brown is on the outside. Can't see him through the rooster tails. But the 95 Qatar is off to the right. Kelly slowing down now in lane 1. The lanes are set and they are secured. The job now, be it start finish on time. 12 seconds from now. Have your boat at full speed. About 185, 190 miles per hour. Here they come. We'll see how much of an overlap he has on Kelly when they come out. And now Kelly is able to use the inside to get up next to Steve David once again. We told you the 37 is an incredibly good cornering boat. You see right there, he does not have the boat speed to run with the Oberto. Steve David will run a cool down lap. The folks back on the log boom will get a good look at our winner of Heat 1B.